criticism that he is not commenting on pending police matters, the island's Attorney General and Minister of Home Affairs Adriel Brathwaite says he respects the fact that the Royal Barbados Police Force has a job to do. Additionally, he says he understands his role and that of officers and magistrates. The AG also dismissed rumors that the current economic condition has impacted recruitment into the police and defense forces. He says that the government's position is that the island's national security should not be compromised.
So there has been no slowdown in recruitment in the Royal Barbados Police Force because of any economic situation. They had some challenges in terms of accommodation. Yes, there's a process, and of course, they have challenges in terms of the nature of some applicants who come before them, because the young men in particular are reflective of what's happening in their society. I have said in this chamber on more than one occasion that persons have contacted me and said, why has my son, who is a good boy, been turned down? When I checked with the Royal Barbados Police Force and said, well, why has this boy, who is a good boy, been turned down? They say to me, well sir, you should ask the child to give full disclosure to his mother or father.
Mr. Brathwaite says the qualification standards have not been lowered for entrance into the force either. The AG, during debate in Parliament, touched on the island's ranking in the recently released U.S. State Department's report on trafficking in persons. The report, among other things, suggested that Barbados is not doing enough to reduce the demand for commercial sex acts or forced labor. Barbados also remains on Tier 2 of the list. He, however, admits that it may be difficult to move to Tier 1 as there are things that Barbados has to do. He told Parliament that work has been ongoing to ensure that Barbados secures a good ranking.
If one examines where we were 4 years ago and where we are today, it is reflective of the hard work of members of that committee that I chair, including the Royal Barbados Police Force, including immigration, including the NGOs who are part of it, including welfare, all of the actors that have a role to play. So I want to publicly thank them for their dedication, for their efforts.
Well, Opposition Member of Parliament for St. Joseph, Dale Marshall, believes there is too much political interference in the police force. In his contribution to the debate, Mr. Marshall, who is a former Attorney General, says this has led to several challenges facing the force.
And so, sir, we now have a police force that is demoralized. We have a police force, sir, that is in litigation mode. We have a police force, Mr. Speaker. We have a police force, Mr. Speaker, where there is rampant instability.
Mr. Marshall says the lack of resources, including manpower, has also caused community policing to become almost extinct.
We have to get back, sir, we have to get back to the notion that crime reduction relies on a solid relationship between the members of the police force and our communities, and that is not something that you build when a station sergeant or an assistant commissioner of police shows up once a year to graduation. That is something that has to be put in place on a daily basis.
Barbados joins with other countries across the globe in observing International Youth Day. It is being observed under the theme Youth Civic Engagement. The campaign of the day is geared towards the promotion of youth involvement, participation and empowerment as it relates to the development of stronger societies as we aspire towards a peaceful and prosperous future. The United Nations says the engagement and participation of youth is essential to achieve sustainable human development. The Youth Development Council will be hosting a panel discussion centered around the slogan of Youth Speak Up, Youth Speak Out, Youth Be Heard. This panel discussion is meant to help to raise awareness on the matter of civic engagement in Barbados and give young people an opportunity to voice their opinions and ideas as it relates to this topic. And it takes place this evening at 6:30 at the Moot Court Room Faculty of Law at the UWI Keifel campus. Well, from Barbados in the east to Puerto Rico and even Cancun, all of these islands are seeking to combat an unwelcomed visitor to sargassum seaweed. It has been washing ashore, blanketing beaches, the lifeline for many tourism-dependent countries. The Barbados-based Caribbean Tourism Organization says the seaweed is taking away the beach experience from guests. In a statement, the CTO says it is treating the matter seriously and with urgency and has even engaged regional and international institutions to find some solutions. We'll have regional and international news after the break.
The Talmavon Memorial Home, Inc. was opened in 1971. It was extended in 1975, and then it was extended again in 2003 with the independent living, the Francis Blackman House. The Talmavon Memorial Home caters for physically challenged persons. We also have a garden, and it is supervised by the staff with some help of one of the residents. There's also the respite care, which caters for parents who want to break so that they can bring their child and leave them with us, and they're sure that they will be in good hands. We're looking for volunteers helping out at the home in activities such as dominoes, chess, and interaction with the residents. Any donations to the home can be sent to the Talmavon Memorial Home, Inc. and the telephone number is 4290370. We thank you very much for your help in advance.
King Store, your